Hi, I'm Garvin. Welcome to our telehealth video series. In this video, I'll give a brief overview of what you need to know about cystic fibrosis. In particular, I'll cover what is cystic fibrosis, how you treat cystic fibrosis, and how you can better live with cystic fibrosis. So to start with, what is cystic fibrosis? So this is a life-threatening disorder that causes severe lung damage and nutritional deficiencies. It's an inherited condition. Cystic fibrosis affects the cells that produce mucus, sweat and digestive juices. Normally these secretions are thin and slippery, but in cystic fibrosis a defective gene causes the secretions to become thick and sticky. Instead of acting as a lubricant, the secretions plug up tubes, ducts and passageways, especially in the pancreas and the lungs. Cystic fibrosis signs and symptoms can vary from child to child, depending on the severity of disease. Even in the same child, symptoms may worsen or improve as time passes. In some children, symptoms begin during infancy. Other people may not begin experiencing symptoms until adolescence or adulthood. One of the first signs of cystic fibrosis is an excessively salty taste on the skin. People with cystic fibrosis tend to have higher than normal amounts of salt in their sweat. Parents often can taste the salt when they kiss their child. So most of the other signs and symptoms of cystic fibrosis affect the respiratory system or the digestive system. Respiratory signs and symptoms. So the thick and sticky mucus associated with cystic fibrosis clogs the tubes that carry air in and out of your lungs. This can cause persistent cough, wheezing, repeated lung infections, repeated sinus infections. So the digestive signs and symptoms. The thick mucus can also block tubes that carry digestive enzymes from your pancreas to the small intestine. Without these digestive enzymes, your intestines can't fully absorb the nutrients in the food you eat. So this can cause foul-smelling greasy stools, poor weight gain and growth, distended abdomen and constipation, intestinal blockage, particularly in newborns. So, when to see your doctor? Talk to your doctor if your child isn't growing properly, has a productive cough, has repeated lung or sinus infections, has frequent fatty, bad-smelling stools, and seek immediate medical care if your child has difficulty breathing. So cystic fibrosis is an inherited condition caused by a faulty gene. The gene controls the amount of salt and water that can move between cells in the body. And in those with cystic fibrosis, the amounts are uneven. The faulty gene allows too much salt and not enough water into the cells, which results in a buildup of thick, sticky mucus in the body's tubes and passageways. So these blockages damage the body's lungs and digestive system, resulting in inflammation and repeated infections. Most cases of cystic fibrosis are diagnosed in very early life, but some children and young adults are diagnosed later through unexplained illness. If you or your child are displaying symptoms of cystic fibrosis, see your GP as soon as possible. So next is, how do you treat cystic fibrosis? There's no cure for cystic fibrosis, but treatments can ease symptoms and reduce complications. So the medicines. The first, antibiotics. These drugs are used to treat and prevent lung infections. They may be swallowed in pill form, inhaled in a mist, or delivered intravenously. Mucus thinning drugs. Drugs that reduce the stickiness of your mucus make it easier to cough up the mucus, which improves lung function. And bronchodilators. These are medicines such as salbutamol delivered by an inhaler or nebulizer, and they help keep your airways open by relaxing the muscles around the bronchial tubes. Next is steroids. These can be taken to reduce swelling of the airways in your lungs, which can help your breathing. Steroid nasal drops and sprays can be used to treat nasal polyps. Pancreatic enzymes. So Your pancreas cannot produce enough food-digesting enzymes due to the mucus clogging the digestive system, so these pills supply the enzymes needed. And next would be therapies. People with cystic fibrosis need a way to physically remove thick mucus from their lungs. This is often done by manually clapping with cupped hands on the front and back of the chest, a procedure that's best performed with the person's head over the edge of a bed so the gravity helps clear the secretions. There are also mechanical devices that help loosen lung mucus. And finally, how do you live with cystic fibrosis? There are many things you can do at home to reduce the chance of developing cystic fibrosis complications. Oral enzyme and better nutrition. So cystic fibrosis can cause you to become malnourished because the pancreatic enzymes needed for digestion don't reach your small intestine, preventing food from being absorbed. So this you consider adding nutrition, special fat-soluble vitamins and oral pancreatic enzymes. Next, we drink lots of fluids. Increased fluid intake can help thin the mucus in your lungs, which makes it easier to cough it out of your lungs. Keep your immunizations up to date. Cystic fibrosis doesn't affect the immune system, but children with cystic fibrosis are more likely to develop complications when they become sick. Next would be exercise. Regular exercise helps loosen mucus in the airways and strengthen your heart and lungs. Eliminate smoke. So don't smoke in your home or car, and don't allow other people to smoke around you. Encourage hand washing. So hand washing is the best way to protect against infection. And for ongoing care, having ongoing medical care by a team of doctors, nurses and respiratory specialists who specialise in CF is important. So finally, before I finish, there are numerous products available at Lynch's Pharmacy in Douglas and Cork to assist you in managing cystic fibrosis more effectively. To start with, we have numerous products to get you set up and started on an exercise program, such as exercise balls, floor mats, weights, and various other necessary equipment required to get you started on a program which we tailor for you. We also have various supplements which you can purchase from us without prescription, such as multivitamins, tonics. There's also light boxes and nebulizers. So that brings this video to an end. Customers of Lynch's Pharmacy can avail of a brand new offering, a telehealth clinic. You can book this clinic, which is a 30-minute clinic with us, and we help to increase your understanding of your illness. During a telehealth clinic, together we create a cohesive management plan which enables you to take a more active role in managing cystic fibrosis with confidence. So call into us at Lynch's Pharmacy in Douglas and Cork, or call 021 436 6923 to find out more. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy and stay informed.